Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Indian Coin View, your favorite channel in which we discuss a lot about coins and currencies around the world.
So let's start again with like some of my other banknotes. Like here you can see first one is from Taiwan. This is from Kosovo. These are like countries which are like limited recognition. So I have that, and these are again couple of other countries with limited recognition, which is like Nagorno-Karabakh, Somaliland, Transnistria. So this is the other side of them. And this one again, I have a very interesting banknote. This is from Tsarist Russia, and this is like one of the largest banknote that has ever issued in world, and this is considered to be generally the largest banknote that was used in common circulation. So that one I have here. Then another kind of my collection is overprints currency. So when there is a transaction of regime from one kind of government to other kind of government, immediately there might not be a circumstance where you can like issue new banknotes. So what the governments do is to they take the old regime's banknote and do an overprint over it. So this one is like basically the Austrian banknote, which was like overprint over the Austrian Hungarian banknote, and this one is like Mozambique banknote, which was from Portuguese Mozambique's, like they took the Portuguese Mozambique banknote and do an overprint of the Mozambique here. So that are like two interesting banknotes that I have. Now next one, I have a series of fantasy banknotes. Now lot of people collect it, lot of people don't collect it. There is a lot of questions related whether they are like collectible or not, but me, I do collect a lot of like fantasy banknotes just because this is not issued by like a government or someone. This is like by private persons, entities, organization and everything, which has like lot of motives behind like issuing these kind of banknotes. But since they are like looking good and they can be considered as a proper like base model for like governments to adopt, that can be adopted for creating banknotes, I do like collect a couple of them. So these are some of mine, and this again is from Antarctica, Arctic territories, and this is from Pacific Ocean, like a territory they are calling us Pacific Ocean. So these are that. And the next one that I'm having here is again from an overprint series, which is like a Yugoslavian banknote, and over that the Serbian print is there. So this is that banknote. So here I have like couple of like fantasy banknotes. Again, this is from Aldabra Island, Amazon, Atlantic Ocean. I think that's visible. So this one again, another from Bulgarian Association. It's written Chinese and everything, but it's from Bulgaria. Angulia, again fantasy banknote from another Russia, another fantasy banknote. And another interesting fantasy banknote that is I got is like showing us the banknote of Mars. So this is again a fantasy banknote that's in my collection. Now going forward, I have like these two from the French colonial time. So this is from French Algeria and this is from French Madagascar. Those are like two banknotes that I have. Now these two are like foreign exchange certificates. So like certain countries have a different kind of system for like certain kind of visitors that they are coming to like their country. Let's say in the case of China and Cuba, they had like separate exchange rate for people from socialist nation, students from socialist nation, capitalist nation. They have like those differences. So they used to in lieu of banknote, they used to issue this kind of foreign exchange certificate. So this is from China and this is from Cuba. Those are them. Now another interesting kind of banknote that I am having. So these are basically Notgeld from Germany, which is like emergency banknote that was issued in Germany during the wartime. So this is one, like couple of them that I'm having in my collection. This one is an interesting piece where this is actually a linen banknote. It's a cloth banknote that was from like Germany, which is again a not gold issued in the World War time. Then this is from Bayern. So again an interesting bank, like German not gold. This is a banknote from Spanish colonial time. This is when Spain was, like, Cuba was a colony of Spain. This was issued. This is from around late, like end of the 1800s. This was issued. So this is another kind of thing that is having a lot of discussion among Indian collectors. What are these? So these are like Gandhi Smarak Nidhi receipts. It's not like a banknote or even a hoodie. It's just basic a donation receipt, but they have like kind of collection value because this kind of donation was a like very nationally, like it was considered as like having very much national importance. So yes, this again are like donation receipts that I'm having in my collection from Gandhi's Nidhi time. Next up here I have is like old kind of banknotes. Like usually we see 5, 10 to like 50, 100, that kind of banknotes the countries issue, but sometimes they issue like odd denomination banknotes. So this was one time when Fiji won the Olympics. Gold Olympians for rugby, so they issued a special edition banknote that was there. This is again 15 Myanmar cat. So the ruler had some kind of numerology belief and everything, so he used to like issue odd kind of banknotes. So this is one of it, 15 cats. Next we have here, so this one that I'm having currently in my hand is basically military payment certificates. So these are like kind of banknotes, but only used to issue for payment made in the military. So during wartime and everything, military payments, they used to issue special kind of banknote, and this is one of them. One of those kinds. So this is from Austria, this is from Italy. Lot of countries have issued, like Germany or UK, even USA has the same. So this is one of such kind. So this is again occupation era banknotes. This is from the Dutch Netherlands occupation of Indonesia, so it was from that time. This is an emergency issue during the Dutch occupation of East Africa, and this is from the Belgian occupation of like Rwanda, Urundi and Congo. So this is like 3 occupation period banknotes that I'm having. Next up we are having like overseas territories of countries. So Hong Kong and Macau, as you know, is an overseas territory, like it's a outside the country territory of mainland China. And this is again another such kind of country of Netherlands known as Netherlands Antilles. So their banknote is this one. Again, what we have here is another overseas territory banknotes of different countries. This is from Cook Island, which is like overseas of New Zealand, French Pacific territories, and this is from Faroe Island, which is an overseas territory of Denmark. So yeah, the banknote of them are here. This is from Empire period. So this is the German Empire period banknote, and this is the Russian Empire period banknote. Yeah. Now next up we are having couple of dead countries banknote. This is from Biafra, USSR, Yugoslavia, and next up we are having Czechoslovakia and Syria. So these are like some of the dead countries banknote that I'm having in my collection. Sometimes in between I thought of like starting a separate polymer collection, but then I stopped it. But 3 of them I still have. This is from Malaysia, Singapore and Maldives. So yeah, that's I might resume it later. This is the British like occupational, like colonial time currencies. This is from British India. This is from British Malaya, Hong Kong. So there are like three of them. This is again another like common currency for countries. So this is the Caribbean one, East Caribbean dollar, that's there. This is actually the banknote that was used in Sudan before its division into Sudan and South Sudan. So this is an old issue of Sudan when it was unified. Going there. This is again couple of like countries that were like pre-existing as a separate country but joined with another country to form like now what is existing. For example, this is the East Germany currency. Now it later joined with the Germany to form the German Republic as of now. This is again from South Vietnam, which now is joined as a part of Vietnam. So these are like two currencies from them. These are like couple of interesting banknotes. So the first one is from Republic of Srpska, which is actually a separate entity in Bosnia and Herzegovina, which is one of the largest entity in the Bosnia and Herzegovina. So this become a part of Bosnia and Herzegovina, and they have a separate kind of like a separate kind of banknote. So that's this. And this one is the controversial Saudi Riyal, in which the Indian map was like given wrong. So that's there. And this one again is a controversial banknote which was issued by Argentina, showing that Falkland Islands is their part, which I think a couple of you might know about what is happening, like what was the issue between Argentina and Britain in relation to the Falkland Islands. So that's an interesting banknote. I have done a detailed video on this in my channel, so if you are interested you can check about the same also.